Alright. We are back for another stream. I did go and take a nap, watched a movie and some other stuff, with my kids. Mostly my son. My daughter's, 3 months old. She doesn't really understand a lot, but oh, I didn't realize anyone else was gonna be here doing this event, so I also took some cold medicine to try and help with my nose. So hopefully that's a little better. Go ahead and flip this over to the live scene. I did finish an event right here before I flipped it over, because when I spawned in, the enemies were kind of trying to murder my face. And I didn't really want to die while starting the stream. So I am sorry that I did not show that. Okay. So, I actually need to go down and north to get up there. I mean, I could go south and back north, but honestly, north will be easier. Although I do want to go get this lumber down here. So, I don't know, maybe south would be faster, but it's fine. I'll just jump on my raptor to make it a little quicker. Grab the turnip, which is what I got from that root vegetable. And alright, let's head on up and around. Excuse me. Actually, let's get this iron ore as well. Sweet. Alright, now let's move on. So, for this afternoon, my current objective is to finish Dredge Haunt and then move to continue the story and further exploration in the areas that the story takes us to. We are most likely going to have to bop. We are most likely going to have to do some of the areas just as exploration only, due to the fact that there's just no story stuff that takes us there. Mount Maelstrom really won't have any story stuff take us there. The point we're getting to in the story, we're not most likely going to go, oh, to Timberline Falls naturally either. So, those areas we will have to basically do just as self-exploration, just to finish the mapping. I took cold medicine earlier, but I think it's starting to wear off. think my wife is also yelling at me. Alright, I'm going to go see what is going on, and I will be back in just a second. Okay. So my son decided he thought it would be funny to try and kick my wife while she was trying to change him. Which is a thing he's been doing more lately, and we've got to teach him not to kick. And it's a process. He's also about a year and a half old, so he's getting there. I may or may not end up going at some point and taking more Robitussin to deal with my nose. I mean, I took some Dayquil earlier, but I took the end of the Dayquil, so I've got Robitussin as well. I just prefer not to use it because it tends to make me a little drowsy. How dare you? Okay, that takes care of that. So now we just need to head south. We do need to head over here, so I'm going to actually go to Warmblood Waypoint and go south from there. Actually, it looks like this is... Oh, nope, that is closed. Okay. I was going to go back into the area there, but it is closed, so... Let's see if we couldn't actually beat the boss from earlier that just kind of murdered the crap out of us. But it is closed, so... The reason I'm skyscaling to this vista is because I don't want to have to backtrack as much. Because the pathway that you're supposed to use to get to it is here. It basically starts back by this waypoint. And then you have to run all the way back up. And this is the entrance into Lornar's. As you can see here, it just goes into Lornar's. So this is where we would have started if we had entered from Lornar's Pass. So now we've got a hint at one of the 5 remaining hearts. Keep in mind, we are again about 2/3 of the way down the map. And this is basically the halfway mark of the map. 5 of the 6 hearts we've done were all in this northern part. We've got 10 of the 18 waypoints, again, all in this northern half. And 16 POIs in the northern half. Dredgehaunt Cliffs is very top-loaded. So, from here out, we are going to start moving across the map much quicker. In the fact that there's going to be a lot less POIs and a lot less vistas and hearts for us to do. I love how the Son of Svanir died twice as quickly as the ice turret. Okay. Now, the reason I came over here was to get this POI, rather than cutting up into this cave. Now, unlike the event earlier where I was surprised where something spawned off it, hitting each of those will always spawn a Son of Svanir. One more, buddy. Thank you. There we go. So, as you can see, because I broke that, a Son of Svanir spawned. The Corrupted Ice will always spawn Son of Svanir. Alright. And 3, 2, 1, go. There we go. And mushrooms. That's actually all that's in here. It's literally just a cave for the heart. There is a chest, but there's really nothing of importance in here. It's literally just a spot for you to finish that heart. You can pretty much just come in here and finish the heart. That's really all it is. So now we're just going to move on south to the next waypoint. There is another cave over here that has Scrit in it, which is an interesting little cave. It does allow you to go underneath some stuff and leads to a mine that does have a hero point in it. However, there is not a whole lot else here. This is what I mean when I say Dredge Haunt is heavily top-loaded. Because we literally just ran from here all the way down here and basically interacted with nothing. I mean, that is a significant distance across the map for us to have just done nothing. Also, portobello mushrooms. Alright. And let's do this. Oh no, I was stunned. There we go. That is also our second to last hero point for the area. I need to do some some inventory management. Oh, hey, a dwarven key. Neat. Did not realize I'd picked up a dwarven key. That goes back to the door we found earlier, at Stonekins. I am not super concerned about it and have no reason to actually go back there, so I'm simply destroying it. And I'm going to continue down the mine here, because there is more down here. It is part of the reason I came into the mine, other than needing the hero point and knowing I'd have to come through here eventually. This is water. It ends right here. There's nothing up above. So, what we want to do is actually follow it the other way. Where it loops around. And there is a path up there. The problem is, there is no climbable path for this, and you can't mount. So, you really can't get up there from here. At least not legitimately. You can do it if you know what you're doing. See, if I try to mount, it just immediately dismounts me. See? So, even using the hopper and stuff, the ceiling's too low for you to actually get up there and do anything with it. But for right now, I just want people to remember that area because it will become important later. Also, Dredger apparently trying to invade. Come at me, bros. There we go. Alright. Now the other dredge should be over here. There we go. Takes care of that problem. Alright, now let's head out of the mine. Which we're actually going to do by going this way. Which is surprisingly blocked off. I could have swore there was an entrance over here. There's supposed to be an entrance over here. Yeah, there should be an entrance here. Alright. That's strange. There should be an entrance there. Anyways. Somebody's an asshole. Okay. What I did there was eat the cupcakes, even though I didn't necessarily want to, because I had to. If stuff's stacked like that, if you eat the food, it removes it as an option temporarily, which allows you to interact with whatever's beneath it. Apparently people are looking to do Sorrow's Embrace. That's weird. That's hysterical. I did not realize that was going to reflect his as well. I honestly thought the one behind me was still going to hit me. I didn't think I could angle it to get both of them, but apparently it did. That's amazing. How dare you interrupt me? Now, this is another door that if I hadn't deleted that key, I would be able to open. I'm just not concerned about it. Alright. You're irking my nerves. Oh, you're a veteran. No wonder you're irking my nerves. The timing on that. Okay, now as you can see, there's still a whole bunch of stuff over here. There we go. Okay, and as you can see, I'm discovering areas that still have absolutely nothing in them. So, there's a POI, a Vista, waypoint, POI. This is the southern corner of the map, by the way. And then there's this stuff over here, and this bottom corner here. And that's pretty much it. So, as you can see, there's very little in some of the middle sections of this map. It's all super top loaded and then basically bottom corner. Alright, let's go get this waypoint. I could, in a minute, do that, but I don't really feel like it. And you'll notice there's a scout over here. So there are hearts that, or it's roughly in this area that we have not seen. Alright, they won't open the side. I forgot, you have to go in the front door. It's dumb that they won't open that side door. But there are the last two hearts that we did not know where were, which are literally at the bottom of the map. So, there are 11 hearts in this area. 4 of them are here at the very bottom of the map. 1 is here in the middle. Well, 2 of them are kind of in the middle. And then the other 5 are all at the top. So, barring these 2 hearts, from here, where it says Stretchhawk Cliffs, all the way down to here, where it says Heimdall's Last Stand, there's pretty much nothing. There's like 1 or 2 waypoints and then some POIs. And that's it. Also, I have a guildie in the area. It's weird. Wonder what he's doing in Dredge Hunt. I do need to go over and get this Vista, though. Okay, I did not mean to glide there, but that actually isn't. That actually is the correct path. You are supposed to jump over from over there and then basically run around. It's really weird because you can't go back this way. I'm going to with my sky scale, but yeah, I want you to run all the way around, come down from up there, and jump over here. It's weird. And then, again, jump down and run all the way around. Okay, I want to grab this waypoint. Okay, so we've got one of the last 2 vistas here, the last hero point here, 2 of the last 4 hearts, and there will be a waypoint up here as well. There is another waypoint that we missed earlier that we will have to go back for. And then, of course, this area here, which we'll work our way up to. And then I will swing back down this area last. He might actually be doing the jump puzzle that's down there now that I think about it. Not sure why he would be, but maybe. Anyways, moving on to the heart. I failed at defusing that. There we go. So you can either fight the dredge, defuse their mines if you're skilled enough at doing so, which I am not. You can also rescue priory members that are trapped in here and stuff. There we go. Cool. We will have to go into the actual mine area to get the hero point. Oh, it's an excavator, not... Okay, that's fine. as you can see, I got another Dwarven Key. It is just an item that you can get as a drop from enemies in this area. So, there's really nothing super difficult about getting them. I wonder if I can reflect those. Huh, I can. Neat. Now, if you're curious about the vista, it's up there. We'll get to it eventually. Go. The reason I targeted this one instead of the other one is because that one I knew was summoned by the veteran there, and knew that it would be leaving as soon as he was dead. I also have to remember how to start this jumping thing for the Vista, which I don't feel like doing actually. We're going to sky scale this. I think it actually involves going through the mine area. Now that I think about it, or coming from way over there. It's weird. Okay, glide. Okay, there. Yeah, you either have to come from over the hill there where we came down originally, across that bridge and down, or you have to go through the mine area, which both are tedious. Although we do have to go into the mine area to get the hero point. Okay. There we go. Okay. Yeah, I'm just going to waypoint out, because I don't feel like running all the way back. Magister, what you got for me? Absolutely nothing that I need. How about some money? You got some money for me? Thank you. Alright. I'm going to crack a soda since I've been drinking nothing but water all day, and I should be fine to have a soda now. Dude, what did I do to you, Dolyak? I did nothing to you. It was the dredge that hit you, Dolyak. I did not touch you. Hagen Warblade. Below the name are 3 lines of weathered runes. Only one word in each line is legible. Azure Essence, Tusk, Wing. Which line would do you read? Let's read the second line. Huh. That was not what I was expecting for Tusk. Wing, maybe, but not Tusk. Yeah, you're helpful. Armor merchant storage. Okay. Don't know what that did, but sure. Okay. Whatever. Weird. Still not exactly sure what's going on here, so I don't know. Okay, so that one must have been Wing before. So let's try Tusk on this one. I guess that was the right answer, being as it just gave me a buff. Okay. There are no dwarven headstones up here. So let's go check out this one. Merchant, innkeeper, collector. I'm gonna say merchant, because that's the first one I've seen of those. Yeah. This one's got to be Azure Tusk, or Azure Essence. Yeah. Someday I'll show off Kilroy's dungeon in Guild Wars 1. Kilroy Stonekin was literally a Guild Wars 1 meme character created just to play on the Leroy Jenkins stuff. Storage, just because I know it's wrong. This one's gotta be wing. Yay, did it. Edmund is losing badly. Okay. Now, this is one of the ones that I was looking for. Well, I don't need any of this stuff, and I don't need the skins. What I do need is this Dwarven Relic. Which is part of the Scales of Dragmer to get this focus. What I need now is to purchase an Essence of Balance from the Faction Provisioner in the Bastion of Balance, which is in the Secrets of the Obscure Areas. And that'll finish that off. I also need to do the same thing for the Jowton Skypiercer. I need to get a Essence of the Celestial. The Spire of the Forgotten, I need to get an Essence of the Natural. I also need to complete the Aid the Bastion achievement here by doing all of these things, which is more stuff in the area there. The Eternal Blade, I haven't even really started. So, same thing with the Knowledge of the Elders. I've kind of, sort of started working on it, but a lot of it is stuff that I need to do in the Secrets of the Obscure Areas. But Scales of Dragmere and Jowton Skypiercer, I'm pretty much done with. I just have to go buy one item. There's also the Stein of Ancient Deldrimore Ale that I'm going to buy one of and consume, just because. That one, I believe, is part of... I have to to remember which one it's in. Brewmaster? Yeah, I think it's Brewmaster. Maybe not. I don't know. It's used for something. As you can see, there's a lot of stuff I need for Brewmaster still. But I'm also going to sell him all that junk and clear my inventory. Okay, there we go. Cool. Okay, now let's head north. So that we can clear up this area. Not that I necessarily really need to clear up this area much. Because we're going to grab this first sapling, the young herbs, the waypoint, and then we're leaving. So that's literally it. This one waypoint is the only thing in this area. The next thing we need to do is get this waypoint and this POI. So there's the stuff inside the area here, which you go to from this side or over here. Then there's the stuff in Wild Expanse, the waypoint, the hero point, and the POI. From there, there's one waypoint here for no reason whatsoever. And then the stuff down here in Spearhead Bane. And then the stuff further south. Other than that, this region has no purpose. So we are literally going to be running straight over to this waypoint, down into town to get the POI, and then piecing out to the bottom left of the map to finish exploring the map. Okay, we're going to grab the first sapling, but that's not really the point. Okay, now let's go get the POI down here in town. Yeah, don't care. I'm busy. There we go. Okay, so that's the POI there. So that's everything in Dredge Haunt Cliffs besides this bottom corner. And as you can see, this bottom corner's got 2 hearts, 2 waypoints, a vista, and a POI. All in this tiny, tiny little area compared to the rest of the map. Which, if you notice, is 9% of map completion. I don't feel like dealing with that. Alright. Now we just have to start dealing with dredge. Which is annoying that that one was too far away. Yeah, I was gonna say, you guys really just not gonna hit me? Okay. There we go. Now, this is an area you can use to clear the heart. You can also just clear it out there. But, the reason I wanted to come in here is for the rich gold vein. He's running Elementalist. Which is weird to see someone running straight Elementalist in this late of a game area. Yeah, it's showing... Huh. It's showing mastery, not level, which means he's level 80. So why is he running pure Ellie and not an elite spec? It's just weird. I love how even though I'm targeting it, standing right next to it, it will not auto-attack the gate. It's really dumb. Oh, excuse me. Sweet. Okay, that heart's done, so I'm out of here. There's nothing else I actually need in this area, nor do I want anything else in this area. Okay. I don't think I need any of the armor skins or anything. Yep, nope. We're good. I suppose since I have 2 dwarven keys, I could go back and show those dwarven burial chambers, tombs, whatever you want to call them. Okay. Now then. So this is Tribulation Rift. I'm gonna grab this waypoint. Run down here. And kind of just hug the right here. And go in this cave. This is the dungeon, Sorrow's Embrace. There you go. It is a level 60 dungeon. There is, let's see, anybody looking for people for it in the dungeons? I know there was before. Yep, there are 2 people. Those same 2 people that were in map chat earlier asking are looking for people in LFG. I don't really need to do Sorrow's Embrace. I have done it before and finished all of the explorable paths for it, so I don't really need to do it for anything. Ow. Oh, right, because I threw it in the supply crate. Bubble shield here. That way I am protected from explosions for a second. There. Now I will be protected from the explosions. Alright, let's actually deal with this. Alright, and load. You are not the one I wanted to target. You are the one I wanted to target. Ow. How dare you interrupt me? There we go. Okay. That is essentially how you deal with this. Because the things firing are these, and they're not targetable, nor can they be destroyed in any way. So you kind of just have to deal with them. Alright, buddy. There you go. Now, I am going to actively ignore the heart for a minute. There we go. And kind of just work my way around here. Huh, he summoned a merchant. Good for him. Oop. Okay. What? Excuse you? He is dead, and he is going to stay dead because I am up here and don't want to have to deal with climbing back up here. This is actually a jump puzzle that I am doing right now. Called Tribulation Scaffolding. Which is why I didn't want to jump down to revive him, because I can't sky scale back up or anything. There is no gliding or mounting in this area. It is a jump puzzle I am remarkably familiar with, so that is why you can see me moving up and through it so quickly. Now, there are two ways to do this. You can either drop down to the platform below me, or you can simply just jump across. You're technically from here supposed to platform down to there, but honestly, you can just jump over here. Come on. Oh, hey, Dredge Commissioner's up. That is Tribulation Rift Scaffolding. That is also necessary to get to this vista, which is annoying. To get to that vista, you legitimately have to do a jump puzzle. Now, that also leads to this. This is Tribulation Caverns. There is basically nothing in here but another jump puzzle. Whoopty. And again, you can see I still have the icons down on my skill bar for no gliding and no mounting. So, yeah. I have to remember how to climb up this. I need to go around this way That was not where I wanted to go. I mean, it works. It just starts me down a little lower than I wanted. Get up there. Come on. I hate this thing. Now, there are several problems with this jump puzzle. One, there are enemies that spawn in it. And two, there are random field events that will knock you around. Most notably, up here, when you are trying to platform on these platforms. As you can see, I just got hit by one. And I just got hit by another one. Fun. And here's where the problem is. They trigger close enough together that you can't revive yourself. Like, she's about to get hit again. See, if she does not back up and heal, she's going to die trying to revive me. Luckily, she did heal, but then took 2 hits, which put her basically right back where she was. I'm going to drop back down here so I can heal. Okay. Now I've got a second to do this. Now we can go. I mistimed that jump. Okay. Okay. And that's the end of that one. Looks like she died down there again. I am not going back for her. I hit the wrong skill. Now, this is why I wanted you guys to earlier, which actually was the previous stream, was remember the area in the cave down there. This is the area that I said you can't use mounts from, that leads to the cave down there. Now, I'm going to jump back to Sorrow's Embrace Waypoint because I need to finish the heart, which is the other way. And this heart is the last thing I need besides this POI here. So I'm going to run over and get that POI because it's easier than dealing with the heart right away. Because I'm assuming they've already killed the commissioner. If not, neat, I get to run into the commissioner. Meh. And this is the Tomb of Molog. This one you can't actually open, even if you have a key. The only way that one opens is during the Commissioner event, which I'm not necessarily hanging out to do. And this is actually the easiest way to do this, is literally just grab the fire bombs and run them back. Which, oddly enough, you can actually mount while carrying a firebomb. And there we go. That is Dredgehaunt Cliffs. And I believe you have nothing I need. Yep, you have absolutely nothing I need. Besides money for selling things. Alright, and transmutation charge. I kind of figured. I didn't think I was going to get lucky enough to get Black Lion keys that close together. I did get an exotic, though, which is nice. And is technically better than the boots of Barca I'm wearing. So I'm actually going to soulbind those and use them. There we go. Alright, so we are now done with Dredgehaunt Cliffs. I am going to go to Tomb of Black Powder real quick and Tomb of Stonekin, just to show them off. There is also an unexplored area, as you can see, which I did not go to. But I'm going to be sky scaling most of this just to avoid fighting for the most part. Oop. I need this. So, yeah. This is a thing. And this is why I generally don't open these. Because, while the dredge will help with the destroyers, having multiple hostile enemies is problematic. Especially for my build, which is very heavy burn. And the destroyers here are immune to burning. So, yeah. So, that is that one. They realized the door was open. Now, the unexplored area is way up here. We're going to head over here first. Come on. Okay. More clot then. Okay, now I'm going to make sure I take these guys out before I actually open that. Just because I don't want to have to deal with massive amounts of enemies. That, and this already has a decent amount of enemies on its own. There we go. As evidenced by all of those imps that are out there. Granted, they are frail, so they do die fairly quickly, but there is a lot of them. So, that is the Stonekin one as well. Now I'm going to jump up here so that I can quickly and easily get to this unexplored area. There we go. Okay. That's all we needed. That is actually an area that you go into during a story mission, that we did not do. It kind of correlates to the Quaggan one we did do. If you chose to assist the Grawl, you would go over there. So we won't actually get into that area on this character. The reason they made it discoverable if you kind of just grind your face against it like I did is for a couple of achievements here in Explorer. they did not take into account the fact that not all of these story mission areas were accessible via open world stuff. So for like this one, the Shiver Peak Explorer, one of the things you need, if I can scroll down here to Dredgehaunt Cliffs, is Uluk's Hunger. Well, if you chose to help like the Quaggan, or I believe the other option is the Jouten. And not the Grawl, you never go in that area. So it would be physically impossible for a single character to complete this achievement. Which, granted, these achievements are account-wide, so you could simply use a second character to do that story mission. However, that means they were requiring you to either follow a specific storyline, because remember, the Quaggan one didn't unlock any extra areas. So you either had to opt to do the Grawl, or you would just miss that area entirely. Or you'd have to be locked in. One, you're locked into doing that. Two, if you don't do it, it means you have to make a second character, run it through the story to the point of choosing your faction, and then you are bound to the Vigil. And that is a lot of tying the characters up, which they didn't want to do. They really did want the story to have more of a personal feel to it. For your personal story anyways. The expansion stories obviously are more linear and bound together. However, for the personal stories, they really did want you to feel like you had a choice without limiting what you were doing in the game. When they realized some of the areas in the game for the Explorer achievements locked characters like that, they extended the reveal spot areas out to allow you to get them basically just by being roughly close enough to it, not actually having to go into the area itself. Alright, now, since we are done here in Dredgehaunt Cliffs, and I want to continue story line stuff instead of continuing to Timberline Falls right away. Neat. I don't know what level I am in PvP. I mean, I'm Wolf, which is, I don't know. I mean, there's the chests and stuff, but no. I don't know what he's actually talking about. I'm assuming he's talking about rank, which if I actually went into PvP, I'm sure it would tell me, but I'm not remotely concerned about that. I mean, he's most likely doing the player versus player rush that ends tomorrow. But speaking of ending tomorrow, weeklies reset tomorrow morning. I need to kill Awakened or Risen. I also need to work on the specials, but I'll get around to those. I've got a month to do those. Okay. Before we leave this area, though, I do want to go grab these trees real quick. Because I don't know the next time I'm going to be in an area where I can readily and easily get fir logs. Or, yeah, fir saplings for seasoned wood logs. So, I do want to grab these real quick. I suppose I will run over and grab this one as well. There we go. Okay. Neat. Takes care of that. Alright, I'm just going to use the Captain's Airship Pass because it gets me literally right to the Vigil. And it's free. So I don't have to spend money waypointing or take the time to go all the way to Lion's Arch and everything. Because I can simply glide from the airship over here to where I need to go. Hilariously, if I try to go here, it automatically kicks me out over here. Because I don't have access to that area yet. Alright. And on to the level 60 story we go. Forearmed is forewarned. Let's do this. Yay, we successfully recruited the Quaggins. Alright, let's go. What do you got for Army Amora? Yay, great. A rank that I don't care. So, this is an interesting thing. So, these missions were designed for the original base game maps. The sewers she's referring to don't technically exist anymore. Since Living World Season 1. And the rebuilding of Lion's Arch. A lot of that stuff just doesn't exist. So the area we're going to actually isn't technically in existence. So yeah. There was actually a spot where you went down into some water and went through a sewer grate into the sewers and stuff in roughly this area. So you are going to see a little bit of old Lion's Arch here. This is what Lion's Arch used to look like. I'm going to ignore the actual quest to do a little bit of exemplar showing off. So yeah, this is old Lion's Arch. This is the old Mystic Forge. And yeah, you can see it has a much more hodgepodge, rough nature to it. And this was the crafting area. This is basically Trader's Forum. A lot of the areas still retain their same names, and the stuff is still in the similar areas. Like the bank is obviously here still. It wasn't moved super far or anything. It did get a redesign in the rebuild and stuff. But yeah, so old Lion's Arch is very, very different than new Lion's Arch. So yeah, these sewers here that we're going to explore, that she references, you cannot actually get to anymore. They don't exist. So, yeah. Hey, look, we found the Lion Guard. Hello? Go down? Thank you? I am facing the wrong way to fight this thing, apparently. It is targeting the wrong Barracuda. My guy, why are you knocking stuff away from me? I mean, if I wanted to fight at range, I'd switch to my trident. That's why having massive amounts of Condi clear is a good idea versus jellyfish. Oh, I'm going for poison. Time to county clear. Yeah. I don't know if my Willbender skill works underwater. It does not. Okay, that's fine. You want to target the thing biting me? I also accidentally switched to my trident. There we go. Much better. I hate the fact that I can't see in this sewer. We're going down. Ow. Okay, that should take out the risen shark. The great thing is you can do quite a bit of exploring in here simply due to the fact that they're exiting the story area stuff is linear, not vertical. So, like, even though I came down here, I can go back up. They're undead. Couldn't they technically just go underneath it? Now again, I don't need any of these, so it doesn't really matter which one I pick. And if I want to exit out via the portal versus just using this, I have to return all the way back to the beginning. So, yeah, there's that. But I can swim through here and explore these other areas of the sewer while I'm in here to a degree. Eventually, I get too far out. These sewers did run under pretty much all of Lion's Arch. And did allow you to go quite a few places. Now I'm going to descend back down here. Alright. There are more enemies down here, or potential enemies, should I wish to fight them. they will not actually actively attack me. But this is basically a ship graveyard here. So, it's kind of cool. There was some interesting stuff here a long time ago. There was some stuff here during Halloween in the original years, where you'd have to come down here to get some items for some Halloween collections that have since been moved other places. So for now, until I actually go through and get the key to return the Lion's memory, to return to Old Lion's Arch freely, that is unfortunately going to be the extent of what I can show you in Old Lion's Arch. It is fun and entertaining to see. It is unfortunate that newer players never got a chance to truly see and experience Old Lion's Arch. For several of us, it is very nostalgic being able to see it in some of the story missions, as well as being able to visit it via the Lion's memory item. So it's kind of weird. It is interesting that the changes to Lion's Arch are so drastic when you compare them. It's a little weird, but it is something that is kind of interesting to see. I definitely need to go take some more medicine. I don't really I want to continue the story, but I know how the story is going to progress. Our next thing is here, which is the Battle of Claw Island, which is here. The Battle of Claw Island is also the only time you go to Claw Island. After that, we start very rapidly progressing into the end game of the original story, which takes us south of Lion's Arch and down into Ore in a very rapid fashion. Which means it is going to end up getting stymied by me doing exploration once we enter into the new areas. And with the only areas we have left being the 3 Orion areas of Cursed Shore, Malkar's Leap, and Straits of Devastation, along with the southern areas here of Mount Maelstrom, Sparkfly Fen, Timberline Falls, and Bloodtide Coast. I am considering doing those as exploration first before pushing for the story. It's a little weird for me to try and figure out, so I'm not 100% sure how I want to do this. I'm not super sure how I want to do this. Okay. So, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the Battle of Claw Island. Um, and then I will see about continuing exploration and stuff once we get to the point where the story takes us down here south of Lion's Arch. However, before that, since we've been going for a little over 2 hours, I am going to take a quick break, stretch, grab some cold medicine so I can quit sniffling like hell, and I will be back in just a minute. Okay. So, I went ahead and took some medicine and grabbed some more food while I was on break. So, let's go ahead and jump into the Battle of Claw Island. Now, there are a couple of problems here. One, there are POIs here that really aren't accessible via anything else. And you can't ever come back here. So it's slightly problematic. Luckily, you don't necessarily have to worry about getting them. This is also where the stories converge. No matter which faction you choose, Vigil, Priory, Order of Whispers, does not matter. They all converge here in the Battle of Claw Island. Yeah, okay. Why is it in games and movies the people defending the last line and fortresses always swear their shit's going to hold no matter what? Now I'm going to give everybody 3 guesses what happens to Claw Island, and the first 2 don't count.
Yup, it will. Yeah, you're gonna be overrun in about 30 seconds when they show up, and you're gonna end up dead as shit. Yeah, well, you might want to go light them now. Because shit's about to get screwed. I mean, I can hold a lot by myself, but not nearly as much as I could on my Elementalist. If I was on my Elementalist, I would be rolling these guys hard. Sadly, I am not on my Elementalist. I am not that good with Guardian. I am decent at best. Uh-huh. Yeah, or we could actually prepare, call in reinforcements, and, you know, not get ourselves murdered. That sounds like a much better plan than go tell the guy who doesn't think the fortress is going to fall that the fortress is ready, 'cause it's not. Also, air quotes on the word ready. Sorry, I don't have a webcam, so you can't see me air quote. Uh-huh. You don't say. Yeah, so, about those defenses, guys. How they holding up now? Yeah, uh-huh. Sure. Let me get right on that. Go away. Short. Also a little to the left. Okay. It's not doing anything because that one went straight through. Alright, let's take this guy out. And we got one more abomination to deal with. Repose. Okay, now we need to deal with everything else. So, yeah, you know, how are your guys' you know, stuff holding up? What do you say, Mira? Your shore defenses holding? Your beach guard doing their job? Making it? Holding everybody back? Perhaps you should tell me again how they're so ready. Okay, now we actually do need to just run away here. I'm going to kill this last Risen, and then we are just going to run away. Because, honestly, that is all the more we can actually do out there. We can just fight them eternally. They just keep spawning. Without advancing the objectives here, nothing actually changes. They just keep spawning. So, how's your fortress doing? Over fucking whelmed. That's not going to work. But, sure. We can go sink the ship with the treb that I was already trying to do. Which conveniently means I have it lined up. Yo, you guys want to, maybe take care of these Risen for me? I am not hitting that ship at all. Which is weird, because I should be. I don't know if I'm overshooting. I think I might be overshooting. Let's try a 3/4 shot. Nope, that one's too short. That one just like went straight through it from the looks of it. Alright, let's run down here. There's gotta be another trebuchet that's closer. Nope, doesn't look like it. How am I supposed to hit it with that trebuchet then? Because it definitely looked like I shot straight through it. I'm super confused. Okay, half power is definitely short. That still looked short. That also looked a little short. That one hit. We warned you. Oh, by the way, they just destroyed your trebuchets. It's falling. Thank you, Risen. Commander Talon, drop dead. No, but I can. I mean, or we could switch roles. Because you can't survive. I can. I'm immortal. The gods won't let me die. Also, I am kind of using the battle here to farm Risen kills. Seeing as how I need 100 of them for the weekly. And honestly, this is as good a place to get them as any. I am going to throw that on my tracker. So I know when I am done with it. I mean, I am going to fight my way over to the tower, but I will also be killing as many Risen as I can along the way. The one downside to this is you don't get drops in the story missions. So you don't get any drops from any of these risen. But it's there. Why did I go through him? That was weird. Also, I do find it weird that there are risen up on the cliff that we can't actually do anything about. See, because we can't actually get up there. Now, I am going to go over here. And this is where we get up here. But we still can't really get to those ones. This one we can, but the one on the other side of the bridge, we really have no need to go near or any way to really get to. Okay, Brute, you're just... no. There. Burned to death. Thank you. Okay, we need 20 more risen. Okay, should be pretty good. That, and I can sit here and just kill these guys. Because they'll continue to spawn. At least they normally do. I guess not. Alright, let's go back down so I can finish up my weekly real quick. There we go. Now, there are multiple towers, so I am just going to finish the weekly first because I can. And I don't want to have to deal with it later. Alright, 9 more. One of the thralls hit me just before that knockdown did. That sucks. Alright, 6 to go.
5 to go.
Alright. 4. And that'll finish it out. There we go. All done. Okay. We have finished the weekly for killing 100 risen. Yay. Alright, let's go activate this beacon. Thanks. Where was that knockdown when he was knocking me over, you dick? Beacon 1 lit. Beacon 2 lit. And beacon 3 lit. And now we help them beat these risen. Which is not going to go well, because this is literally an endless spawn. We're not winning this fight by any stretch of the imagination. The entire goal is purely just to survive until the game says you've killed enough. There we go. Meet Tequaddle. Yeah, so let's get out here and close the door behind us, shall we? Yeah, so he's opting for the Norn death of becoming a legend via the worst possible death imaginable. So, yeah. So, Forgel's dead. He has sacrificed himself to make sure we could get away. So, we're now going to massacre every Risen in our way. And again, I don't know why they don't just have us do it. We literally cannot die. I mean, while we can die, we will always be resurrected. Because the gods will literally not let us die. Because we are destined for greater things. So, don't know why they don't just let us deal with that stuff. I mean, we could have held the island by ourselves. Because even if we died, we would get it revived and just be able to run back in. Because death will not take us. Alright, and we're off to Lion's Arch. To tell them that they're screwed. Don't ask about that cut, or about that load screen there. I don't know. It just happens. And now we're back in Lion's Arch. And we do, for completing that, get a Black Lion key. That is a guaranteed Black Lion key. We also get an upgraded Aqua Breather, which, because I got one in Frostgorge Sound, is completely useless to us. But you can technically get one here if you have not gotten a better one. So, basically, now we're being given our own group of troops. And we're going to be responsible for doing exactly what Forgol said we would and retaking Claw Island. But, first things first, let's open a Black Lion chest. Nothing super impressive. Ooh, a new die. Nice. How much? How much is that one worth? 2 gold. Neat. How many of these do I have? 5. I already have that one unlocked. I already have that one unlocked. This one takes a rare canister to obtain. Although I already have the red lion die, so I don't even need it. I do not have infernal, though, so I need to get a rare black lion die canister. I don't need this one, but I do need this one, which takes 7 masterwork, which means I need 28 of these, which is ridiculous, because I've got 5. Okay, then. Neat. I want to run over to the bank real quick. Clear out my inventory a little. Miana, I need you to buy some junk from me. Thank you. Deposit, deposit, deposit. Withdraw, deposit. Hold on to. Combine. Deposit, deposit. Close. One of my things is Mystic Forge, right? No, that was yesterday. Enhancement effect, though. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? I know I have them in here somewhere. At least I thought I did. There they are. Withdraw 1 sharpening stone. That way I can have an enhancement effect next time I am in combat and can take out 10 enemies. Alright, so let us continue with our story. We will see a little more of Old Lion's Arch here because, as I said, these story missions are set in Old Lion's Arch. This one, unfortunately, does not look a whole lot different. This is the old Fort Mariner. It is a little lackluster compared to the new one. The bridge behind us isn't quite as impressive, nor is the fortress itself. However, the gates here are pretty much the same. These are the old World vs. World gates. This was for the green borderlands, red borderlands, blue borderlands, Obsidian Sanctum, and PvP. And honestly, that's about all that was here. Because this predates fractals. Okay, let's go. Yep. Yeah. No, no, it won't. Yep. That is not what we need to do. What we need to do is we need to go get help. The Vigil is not doing this by themselves. I hate to tell ya, Almora. We need to go get the Order of Whispers and the Priory and get some fucking help. Alright, everybody, fall in. Yeah. The Vigil needs help. Alright, well, you guys do that. I'm going to grab an arrow cart. Because, honestly, this is the safest and easiest way to do this mission. And you can pretty much hit the entire beach from here. Honestly, this is one of my least favorite missions in the story because it is actually just really, really boring. Because there really is very little going on, and you can just use the arrow cart to pretty much do this entire mission. There is zero need for you to ever actually be down there with any danger whatsoever. He should die to the bleeding and poison. Yep. So, there you go. All done. Literally never had to get close enough to actually fight anything. Complete waste of time. Or you could go talk to the Order of Whispers and the Priory and get actual help. Okay. So, honestly, it's a coin toss here. It doesn't really matter which one you do. It doesn't necessarily super affect the story. I'm going to grab the Gear Warband just because. And this is similar to all of the previous stuff. None of it really matters. It doesn't matter what we take. It's not going to be useful. It's just trash for us. I also did not use this here because I didn't want it to be active and have it not count because I was using the arrow cart. If you are wondering why I got all of those kills without worrying about finishing the daily, and I do have an hour to finish that. Now, our next story mission is over here in Iron Marshes because we're getting the char. If we had wanted to get the Norn, it would actually be up here. Actually, I think it'd be down here. I think it's down in Dredge Haunt. Anyways. We're gonna jump straight over here and just continue through the story right now. Because I kind of want to finish the level 60 story before we go back to exploration. Which we are getting close to being done with.